boys are doing a little yard work. It's gonna be yellow. Very nice, huh?
What's that one here?
What?
What's that one here?
That one's gonna be red. It's gonna be for making sauce.
What's that one here?
It is that time of the week. You guys want to see the garden? Let's go check it out. Our not so pretty, not so perfect pallet door to keep the turkeys out. Oh, this is probably the biggest change right here. It's our trellises are up, which is lovely. I was able to put a lot of seeds and plants in because they are now here and up. Now I just got to remember where everything is so I can tell you guys. So starting back over here, we've got our lettuce. Still going very strong. It does need to be cut, but I'm not going to cut it right now because it's super hot out. So I'm just going to water it real good and cut it tomorrow morning. But that is all getting nice and big. It's holding its own. The cabbages still look great, and they have...
Yeah, they're growing big.
They are growing big. They have gone up in size quite a bit from last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you make salads with these.
Yeah, we're gonna make salads with the lettuce, and I'm gonna come out here tomorrow morning as well and cut off some of these cabbage leaves that the pests haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah.
We haven't had any garden bugs show up yet, so
Yeah,
we're gonna cut these leaves and saute them like collards. This cabbage plant is trying to grow two heads, one on either side of this big leaf in the middle, and it is just one plant.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's growing big. Oh, there's a little bit.
That's pretty cool. I've never seen anything like that before. So then this row, still just the broccolis. They are getting bigger, and they haven't bolted on us yet, which is nice. But we had a few cold days, and we had a lot of rain this week. It's really good for them. Hopefully it doesn't get too warm and kill them off, because they're almost to the point of being able to form heads. So I'd like to get some broccoli out of them before they die on us. And there's more green cabbage. 1, 2, 3 of them at the end of this row. We have a lot of green cabbage this year. This Swiss chard is just beautiful. It's doing really well. It's growing rather quick. We have 5 little spots of Swiss chard, which once it gets going will be a lot of Swiss chard. This stuff's pretty prolific, and it grows back super quick after you cut it. A random Brussels sprout here. I gotta go through, take off some of his leaves, encourage him to grow up some more. The Brussels sprouts, you're gonna see, like, there's one there, and then at the end of the Swiss chard there's like 4 more, and then there's 2 over there. The Brussels sprouts were an afterthought that we picked up at a nursery, and they just kind of got put wherever other plants had died, or we had just missed a spot. So they're kind of all over the place. There's more cabbage. The cabbage just looks phenomenal. Look how much bigger it is from last week, you guys. Holy cow. Starting to form heads. We should be picking cabbage in the next 2 to 3 weeks, which will be just in time for it to get really hot out, and it'll get pulled out of here, and we'll put something else in its place. So the rest of those Brussels sprouts, they took well. Our red cabbages, we have a few red cabbage plants out here. These are just 2 of them. Again, they're kind of random all over the place. You see more over there. Some of them are still small. They're not growing as quickly as the green cabbage. I believe these green cabbages are the Copenhagen market cabbage, which is supposed to grow really fast. And so far I'm really impressed with it. So I might do another batch for fall. It's growing really quick and really nice. Look how beautiful. Can't get over how beautiful it is. And then we jump into some more broccoli. That hole's empty because that guy bolted on us when we got some heat a couple weeks ago. More broccoli. So here I did something that I'm probably not going to do again because it's not working out well for me. So this is a row of onions and it goes all the way down. And instead of doing holes, you know, like those, and like those onions right there, and just putting the onions in, I decided to try just burning a whole strip. And I'm having to weed these guys a lot, and they're having to fight with the weeds a lot for space. So not my best idea. They are growing. They will get there, and it'll be fine. We just might have to pull them out when they're a little smaller. There's our last two Brussels sprouts hanging out over here all by themselves. Looking good. These red cabbages are bigger than the other ones. They're doing a little better. The leaves look nice. Starting to form little heads. So they're doing well. This whole row is more red cabbages. They look lovely. These onions that we did do in their own individual holes are doing pretty well. Again, the heat we got a couple weeks ago was not their friend, but they did take to the soil well. They're nice and tight in there. And they are doing good. Another row of onions. I think we have close to 200 onions in. This row is doing the best, but these are Elsa Craig onions, and they're supposed to get really big. We're pretty excited about those. Look at all of these babies. There's a little one. There's a big one. So many baby beans. These are all wax beans. A few different varieties I have in here. I think I have Cherokee wax beans and something else. This row, or these like 10 holes right here, one is coming up, is a surprise. I'm not sure. I think they're probably going to be purple bush beans. But look at all the baby beans. That's so exciting. Before I know it, I'll be complaining about all the green beans. So over here, we have some peas that are growing. They're getting there. The heat was not their friend last week, but they're doing all right. We'll see if they do anything for us. We're just gonna let them climb this fence. And I did mulch them because they were getting some pretty hefty weeds over here. So I mulched them to kind of keep the weeds back. Doing all right. This eggplant I bought from a nursery, and I've had to replant it because Stevie Wren, our 1.5-year-old, came out here and just thought it didn't belong here and plucked it back out of the ground. So I had to put that back. This dill was not impressed. The last 3 or 4 days we've gotten a lot of rain, and I think it's not been happy about that. It's got a lot of discoloration going on. Hopefully today's sun will help that out a bit. Not happy. These four spots right here, I put okra seeds in here, and I'm hoping they come up. I don't know how long it takes okra to come up. There's like this little tiny sprout right here, but I don't know what it is. Oh, that is okra, I think. That's my okra seed. Push that guy back in there. Let him get a little sun, though. Very nice. See what he does, I guess. But the rest of them are not sprouted yet. We'll see. We'll see, we'll see. We've never had okra before, but I'd really like to try it. We are foodies in this house, no doubt. So we're always open to trying new stuff. So okra's on our list of things to try. This row over here by the fence is over here by the fence because these plants may or may not get big. These are all squash, summer squash, like your typical yellow straight neck squash, zucchini, round ball zucchini, and then just a regular zucchini. Now, I don't remember if any of the varieties I put in are vine varieties or not, so I put them over here by the fence. So if they are vine varieties, I can kind of lean them up against the fence and keep them out of the garden because this is where the peppers are going to be. But they have not come up yet. If they haven't come up by the garden video next week, we're going to replant them. Or maybe I'll start them in pots inside so that I can be sure that they come up, and then I'll just transplant them out here. These two sad looking souls need some water, and they need to be put in the ground. These are my purple tomatillo plants. One Drop Farm. You guys, this, I posted it on Instagram and on our Facebook page. One Drop Farm in Cornville, Maine. Fantastic. It was beautiful. And it was the only place that I could find all of my fun heirloom tomato varieties that I forgot to start. So I was really impressed. The plants were beautiful and super lively. I just have neglected these guys, but I'll show you the tomatoes that I got from them. Now, in a couple months' time, this will be the prettiest spot in the garden. It's pretty plain right now, but the arch trellis on this end has scarlet runner beans on this side. And this side, I found some purple pole beans, and I've got to put those up on that side. I accidentally planted this whole side with scarlet runners, even though Paul's not a fan of them. So, not sure what I'm going to do with them. I'll have to look into that, but they'll be pretty, and that's okay. I didn't really have anything else to put there anyways. Down both sides of the straight trellises are going to be tomatoes. This is all tomatoes. Frankly, it's not enough spots. I'm gonna have to figure something out because I have more tomatoes than what's right here that I want to put in. So, but let's talk tomato varieties real quick. I don't have them all in yet. They'll all be in by next week's video. I'll probably do that this afternoon. But I do have all of them sitting here. So these are our, like, commercial hybrid quick production, produce a lot of red tomatoes for diced tomatoes and sauces variety. And this year we are trying the Jet Star variety. And I know a lot of people really do like this variety. We usually do celebrities, but I was having trouble finding them. So we're going to try the Jet Stars. And I need to get those bad boys in the ground because they're a little dry too. So these are more Jet Stars. I got 2 packs, but I only have room for 1. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the rest of them. These are just extra onions. They were really puny. I left them in here for a week now, and as you can see, they're doing fine. I might just find a spot to pluck those in so they don't go to waste. These, I could only find them in a 6-pack where I went to go find them. So these are Paul Robeson's, and I like to have like one of each color tomato. So these are my purple black tomatoes. So I only really need 2 of these. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna end up giving away some tomato plants, or planting all of these and giving away a whole ton of tomatoes. That's the other option. All right, again, I'm slacking on watering. I just have been busy this morning. These guys will come right back. They look pretty sad right now, but I'll water them and they'll be fine. These are our sun golds. We only need like 2 of these. Again, we're just gonna have a lot of tomatoes. This one is kind of interesting. This is the Rosso Sicilian tomato. My camera's not cooperating with me. There you go. It's kind of a funky looking big slicer. I only got one of those because they have a lot of ribs in them, so I'm not sure I want to deal with that as far as canning and peeling and whatnot. So we'll probably just eat that as a slicer. These two are Jet Stars because I did start putting them in. So that's what those two are. Let's see. What's this little guy? This is our black cherry tomato plant. We just have one of these. I like to have a good variety of cherry tomatoes because we snack on those a lot. The tomatoes that I did get in took to the ground really nicely. They're doing well. They do need some water. We just got a heavy rain last night, but our sun, when it comes out, even after a rain, has been so hot this spring. So I've had to water anyways, even on same days when we get rain. It's pretty insane. So I'm excited about this variety. I got 2 of these, and these are called Jersey Devils. And they are a huge paste tomato, kind of in the shape of like a sweet pepper, like a triangle shaped one. And they are doing really good. So this was one of those plants I got from One Drop Farm. I buried it pretty deep, and you can see she's big and she's healthy. They need a drink because the sun's been a little hot, but I got 2 of those. Super excited to work with those this canning season. All right, we have Kellogg's breakfast. Okay, so I got 2 of these. My favorite yellow slicer is Dr. Weish's. However, could not find them anywhere. So I know that this is like their sister variety. It's pretty similar, so we're just gonna have to go with these. I got 2. This guy was so big that I already had to tie him to the trellis, so that's pretty cool. These guys should take right off for me. Over here, we have 2 Prairie Fires, which if I remember correctly is like a grape-shaped cherry tomato, or like a longer, I'm not sure, somewhere's along those lines, but it's supposed to have good flavor. It's a variety we haven't tried before. Like I said, I forgot to start all of my favorite varieties, so we're kind of just running with it, doing whatever we can find. We're trying a lot of new varieties. We're trying a lot of new varieties because of that, and that's all right. We'll eat them. I'm sure we'll love them. And the last guy down here is called Pink Princess. And nice, healthy little plant. Looks great. Took to the ground really nicely. We're pretty excited about that. I've never seen a pink cherry tomato, so that'll be something new and fun. Breeding season's over. Why are you 2 fighting? Oh, goodness gracious. So we have our experimental greens beds over here, and they aren't growing at as quick of a rate as I'd like them to. The spinach has gotten a little bigger, but definitely not doing what I'd like them to. I feel like this lettuce should be much bigger. It is growing, it's just not growing as quickly as I feel like if it was in the ground. So this might have been a not failed, but failed experience. This is Swiss chard. The kale isn't growing as quick as it should be. I mean, it has been hot out. I think the other problem is it's hard to keep these watered well. I mean, they're still pretty moist under there, but still. These are getting eaten by bugs, so these might have to just come out. I'm not sure what's going on there. This chamomile, though, took to the ground in here very nicely. So I'm going to leave that guy there and see what he does. This arugula is not loving the heat, and the bugs are getting it. So, not sure what we're going to do. We might have to wait and replant this stuff this fall. No biggie. That is it. Hey guys, good morning. I just realized that I lost the ending to that video, so I just wanted to jump on and say that is the garden this week. Hopefully some more changes for you next week. I'm pretty excited. We're very close to full into garden season now. Very exciting. I hope your gardens are growing big and beautiful, or maybe they're just starting out like mine, but they're still growing. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.